uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom.
Have you ever wanted to run a gun that isn't an M416? Well, welcome aboard the Love Train, boys and girls, because this is the channel where we will actually talk about some of those weapons. We just did a video on the Honey Badger, and we're slotting right into the 762 lexicon now with the Beryl M762. That last member of the squad there, I think he was expecting an easy dub. He wasn't really prepped for what was coming at him, and then what was coming at him was the Beryl M762. This is a gun that for the longest time was my favorite gun to run in PUBG Mobile. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. I still love this AR the most. It's the AR that I would run day in, day out if it was just for the look, the feel, and the whole vibe of the thing. But that's not what winning in PUBG Mobile is all about. Winning in PUBG Mobile is maximizing your reward while minimizing your risk. And because of that, there's a lot of guns that just don't get touched, don't get picked up. Because what the Beryl M762 does really well, and stop me if you've heard this one, is it's really good in the ADS around the 20 to 30 meter mark. That's what it does best. But if you're minimizing your risk and maxing out your reward, that's not a range you really want to be fooling around with. The range you want to be fooling around with, people, is either literally right in front of you with a DBS or a hipfire UMP, or at that kind of range there, 70 to 100 meters with an M416 or a SCAR-L or something along those lines, or a DP28 for that matter. There's lots of different options. I hate the railings here. It means that you can't really crouch effectively. You keep running into them. It's always been a problem for me. The M762 is just an interesting weapon because it's got a lot of vertical recoil, like it's got an awful lot of vertical recoil, but it doesn't have the bullet speed either. So people that want to just have easy peasy lemon squeezy lie down sprays, well, they're not going to get it with this gun. Now, you can spray with a 3X or a 4X, but where it struggles is, like, if you wanted to spray this target, I'd get a nice shot there. A very nice sniper shot on a car doing like 90 kilometers an hour. And then I've managed to get the reticle around the space where I was happy. And it's just not happened because I've actually got to lead it by a lot more, because bullet speed is a problem with 7.62 weapons. The M762 bullet speed is just a shade under 700 meters a second. The AK's bullet speed got buffed rather a lot. I think it's about 714, 720 meters a second now. And the Honey Badger's is horrible at about 630. The M762, it's also not an all-star. It's 690 meters a second. It's got exactly the same rate of fire as your 5.56 AR. It's like 638 rounds per minute. It's your M416. That's your SCAR-L. It's that kind of thing. But it has a much higher alpha damage. So when you're doing these kind of engagements where you're in CQC and the target's big enough, it's a much better gun to have than a 5.56 AR. Like, it's wonderful. It works really, really well. In fact, Shifan used to always run this with a laser sight. This is where it's really good, this kind of range here. You've got big alpha, you've got good bullet speed, you've got high rate of fire, comparatively speaking to your alpha, and it's really good. Like, ADS-wise, with a red dot, lovely gun, really lovely gun. But if you want to run it as your spray weapon and want to run a DBS or a UMP, then you're wasting your time. And for a lot of people, that's what they want. But if you don't want that, if you want to try something a little bit different, give the Beryl a go. It will really surprise you how effective it is in this mid-range. Just here. This is what you're looking at with the Beryl. Quick peeks, quick snaps, ADSs, and then you can hip fire with it, but it's not good, right? You'll get away with it if your movement's okay and you like kind of move around between hip fire and ADS, but yeah, you do not want to be hip firing with this gun. The hip fire is just not good enough as we roll our BRDMs. This was from the stream today, actually. This was a lot of fun. We ran 3 BRDMs at once and did a convoy all around Erangel and basically just never got out of them. It was a lot of giggle. If you were to compare this gun to anything, and this is something that I said right back when the gun was brought in, it's like a cross between an AK and an M4. It's got good alpha, 45.9 versus the AK's 47.9. It's got better rate of fire than the AK, and it's got, in fact, the same rate of fire, as I mentioned, as those 5.56 ARs, and it can mount a lower rail attachment. So you can help with your recoil by putting a vertical foregrip on it, like I had there. You can also lie down and spray with it, and you'll be fine, but it's just not as good as some other weapons at doing that. What holds it back is that the recoil is excessive vertically, right? But it also has a fair kick left and right. And when you get out to, say, 100 meters and you're using a 3X and you don't have the bullet speed, you're doing so much adjusting. You're already adjusting for the slower bullet velocity. So you're leading the target by another 30% on top of what you do with a 5.56 AR. And then on top of that, you've got to adjust with higher. So you're pulling down harder. And then you're getting more kick left and right. And it's controllable and it's doable. And it's something that a lot of people just don't understand. You can do it, but it's not easy. And there are guns where that is easy. Is there a reward for doing it? Well, the thing I like having, and the reason I like doing it, is my playstyle is very much an ADS playstyle. I'm not a huge fan of hip firing a DBS. I just don't like it. I'm bad at it. I don't put the effort into it either. And I don't want to. It's not what I love about the game. I love the immersion of going ADS with a full auto AR. It's a really exciting nuance to the game. And the gun handling in PUBG Mobile is what makes it so special. The lean peeking, the snap ADS, the pulling back, all that kind of movement is something that PUBG Mobile does better than any other shooter on the market. It's just amazing for it. All the other mobile shooters for me feel very clunky when I play them compared to this PUBG Mobile. And it's why 6 years in, basically, there's never been a serious contender for my affections compared to PUBG Mobile. And if you like that, then this is the gun for you, because you can run a bolty with this gun and it will cover off on the mid-range for you. And then you use your bolt action rifle for that 100 meter plus, and it's fun to try and bolty people at that kind of range. You can even run a Mini 14 or something with it, and that'll be the perfect foil for this weapon and allow you to really work some magic. I mean, this is a case in point. You're going to see in this engagement, it's the last guy. It's me v him. He's coming out of the blue. I've set myself up pretty nicely here. I've killed the rest of his squad, and I'm not just going to hip fire this thing. And that's to my detriment on occasion, but it is realistically something that I think I'm better at than I am at doing my hip. I mean, that guy's definitely hip fired that. Now, you can run all kinds of attachments on this, but the best by miles and away is the muzzle brake ergonomic grip. The fact that it can lower rail attach an ergonomic grip really does a lot to improve the gun handling. It's night and day. Unlike, say, an M416 where you can play it without any attachments at all and still be relatively successful with it, and even handle sprays, you need to have a spray. You need to have a muzzle brake and a lower rail attachment on this thing to get the most out of it. I would caution you not to go too hard on the sprays. Like, it's just not what it does well. And again, I've got to reiterate, the bullet speed isn't high enough for it to be a really good spray machine. Like you run an AUG or a SCAR-L, they might have more recoil than the M416, but their bullet speed is such that you only have to worry about the recoil itself. You don't also have to worry about really leading the target. If you like these videos, please leave a like, and why not subscribe and share them with your buddies, and why not try the M762. We're going to be doing a video on the DP again very soon. This is such an under the radar gun. I see so few people running DP when I'm rumbling and rolling, and it needs to be talked about. Barry was saying to me the other day that the DP28 got buffed or something in the patch because it's really good now, and I'm like, it's just always been like that. This is from like 6 months ago. That's a guy with a bolty. I've got a level 1 helmet, and I'm just going to keep hitting him on peaks and leans, and it never moves. Yeah, as always, look after yourself. Stay safe on the battlefield. It's a good game. It's a fun game. But remember to go out and touch grass every once in a while. And until next time, au revoir for now, amigos.